Good morning, boys and girls. Well, as you can see, we are once again in virtual worship. You're beginning to see more people wearing masks again and using hand sanitizer and staying 6 feet apart and all of that sort of thing. I'm quite sure that when history is written about this particular time, this will be considered the season of the coronavirus. Once again, we've had a rise of it here in Newton County and among folks in our church. So we're taking a pause for a couple of weeks. But you know, boys and girls, this disease that's infectious, that can spread rapidly, that can disrupt lives, is really not anything new. In fact, if you look back in the Bible, one of the diseases they talk about is leprosy. Now, we don't think about it much today because back in the 1940s and 60s, they developed antibiotics to treat leprosy, and it's really not much of a problem anymore. But back before Jesus' time, and certainly in Jesus' time, leprosy was a serious illness, and it was very contagious. And people who got leprosy got sores that would spread all over their body and was very painful. They were often sequestered, that meaning put aside separately from everyone else, so that it wouldn't be spread to other people. Well, our Bible study lesson today actually has to do with someone who had leprosy. His name was Naaman, and he was the commander of the Syrian army. Now, he apparently had led the army to many victories, and the king of Syria was quite concerned when he developed leprosy. In one of their conquests, they captured an Israelite girl, and she was given to Naaman's wife to serve as her maid. Well, over time, she told the maid about Naaman and about what was happening to him, and she immediately said to her, "You know, Naaman should go see the prophet in Israel, Elijah. He can heal him." Well, she talked with Naaman. Naaman talked to the king of Syria, and they all decided to put their trust in the God of Israel. And so the Syrian king wrote a letter to the king of Israel, who got in touch with Elijah and then sent Naaman to his door. When Naaman arrived, Elijah sent out a messenger to tell him, "Go and wash yourself in the Jordan River 7 times. Go and wash yourself 7 times in the Jordan River, and you will be healed." Well, sure enough, he went and washed himself in the Jordan River 7 times, and Naaman was healed. Now, what do we learn from that, boys and girls? Well, we learn that some things that we're confronted with today existed thousands of years ago. That what we're going through, as much as we'd rather not, isn't anything new. But here's the real main point. When bad times come, when things happen, like disease, medical problems, let's put our trust in God. Just as God put Elijah into the life of Naaman, God has put doctors and nurses and hospitals in our lives to help make us well. So always remember, boys and girls, whenever we are ill or badly feeling bad, let us go to the great physician, to God himself, to Christ his Son, and all will be well. Until next time, God bless.